that's the word I'm looking for, cover crop. So we went and mapped out all the areas we got disc up. We know how many acres or how much of an acre it is, so we can get the correct amount of seed and fertilizers that we put out on it. And basically, we're gonna add about 10 pounds of oats per acre. Most of our plots are not an acre, so our oats be cut back on that, so we'll measure that out as well. So the deer radishes, 2 pounds of plant, 1/4 of an acre. That's actually my deer on the front of this. I'm just kidding. But this is probably my all-time deer food right here. If you got a big buck, and I'm not exaggerating, I'm not a sales pitch, this is the way it is. If you've got a big deer that you're trying to kill, you've got a general idea where he's bedded in that close home range. Hopefully you've got history on him for a few years. If you do, if you plant these deer radishes and you wait till that cold front in October, that 1st of October, you wait on that cold front and you can slip in there without him knowing it, you probably can kill him. I've never met a deer that did not love these. It's just kind of the way it is, but it's deer candy. Okay, so what we got right here is we've got about 1/3 of an acre, and I'm going to put deer radishes here, and it takes 1/4 pound per 2 acres. So it's just going to take a little bit, about 3 pounds to cover this 1/3 of an acre. This is the spot right here that 2 years ago, we sat right here and we hunted a deer we call toad, and we had this 3-year-old that come out, and he was just a giant, just a young deer, just looked like he had the potential to be a giant. And we watched him, and we seen him several times. At the time we saw him, he fed in the beans, just like we have it right now with beans. He walked through this gap, and he fed in this right here, which was clover. So we've transitioned this from clover over into what we're putting into deer radishes. So what we're hoping this year, he's 5.5, 6.5. However, you know, the age, our best guess at him is 5 or 6. So we're hoping this year what he's going to do is come up through here. He'll feed in these beans. He loves to bed right there on that ridge, and he'll work through here, probably work this edge and come in here to these deer radishes early bow season. That's kind of our hope. That's why we're going with deer radishes. We're hoping we can get a good cold front here in October. This is a stand that we can hunt on a south wind. Several of our other stands that we put deer radishes on are for north winds, that we got other deer we're going to be hunting. That way it just kind of gives us a few options depending on what the wind's doing for that particular day when that front moves in.
Make you a sandwich? Well, the bad luck continues. We haven't had this type of bad luck with equipment breaking for a while, but it just seems to be one thing after another. The whole frame on this packer snapped in half. I don't know how that happened, but so gotta weld it back together, take some time out of our day, and then we'll be back at it. I don't know how the whole frame though snapped straight in half. Didn't hit anything. Just
spot right here is one of my favorite spots. We had a blind up right here, a soft side blind for years, not years, 2 years when I hunted Big Chocolate. And I ended up shooting him over there when he got away, but we had a camera right here and it would send a picture about every 3 or 4 days. He'd come past it in daylight, but never when we were here. But we hunted this stand a lot. The spot's a little bigger. I had a real good encounter with that deer. How old was that deer he called? What? Some Greek god, Zeus or something, 8.5? I shot him and hit the edge of the blind and shot about that far in front of us. Or something, I forgot what happened. Hit my chair or something that night. Oh, that was a rough year for me. Jeez Louise. This is the earliest I ever seen one drop right here. August the 4th and they already dropping. I ain't believing it. Where's the oak? Right there?